going, everybody? We got a little snowstorm coming through. They weren't calling or anything, and right now we've got about an inch on the ground. Crews are all here now, and we're about to get started. It's kind of let up a little bit. But if it picks back up to where it was coming down, then we probably could get 3 inches out of this. It's real wet and heavy. It was 37 today, and I think it's about 32 right now. 32, 33. So I hope you enjoy the video. I just want to give you that little insight there, and hopefully see you on the next one. Hey everyone, I just wanted to cut in here real quick and talk about what's going on in this video and hopefully answer some questions about some of the things we're doing in this particular video that we don't normally do in other videos. So the first thing you may notice earlier in the video and right now is that we are not pushing the snow back and up as far as we normally would. And this is due to the snow not being hauled out after each event here at the college. That's just not a service that they requested or pay for as part of the contract. So because of this, the snow piles that are here and left over after each event become very ice packed and hard. And if we were to do that, there would be a higher potential for us to break parts on the pusher. And obviously we don't want that. So we're just pushing it as back as far as we can without getting to that point. And then the day after this, we actually came back with snow buckets for our loaders and pushed the piles back and up where we won't have to potentially break anything, giving us room and the college more room for cars and vehicles to get through. So the second thing you may notice, this side actually has a lot less snow on the ground, and that's because we did have a operator from another site that was in the 250 that's also here, not the one that I'm running obviously, but was here plowing earlier, but he had to go home because he wasn't feeling well. So that's why there's less snow on this side. And then obviously between the time that he left and we got here, it snowed another, 1/10 of an inch, just enough to coat the ground. That's why, again, this side has less snow than earlier in the video where it had more, closer to an inch on the ground. And to follow along with that, people may be wondering why we're even bothering plowing this. Well, it was enough to where we could scrape it up and still have, a little accumulation in the plow. And to match the other side of the building that we did already plow to get it down to asphalt, we went ahead and just scraped it. It will save us in the long run on potentially having to come back and resalt, because it did continue snowing after this a little bit, and not having little patchy areas where it might not work as fast, and then saving us extra salt usage, which we're very big at, trying to be as environmentally friendly as possible. And yeah, just using less salt works faster, gives the client a better result in the end for just a little bit more effort. And we already had all the machinery on site, obviously, so it just kind of worked out that way. That's something that we do here. We want to give the client the best result possible. The cutting edges last a long time anyways, and as long as you're not putting a ton of down pressure on them, I think it just works out better in the end and saves us more money and time in the long run than having to obviously salt heavier and possibly come back and resalt. So yeah. So last thing I wanted to touch on, kind of talk about, is why we have so many pieces of equipment here. Normally we have a skid that's on site full time, and then a plow truck that will work with it during the day. This is if there's a snowfall, to work on open ups and drive lanes, and then after that, when it becomes like nighttime and all the cars and vehicles move out, we will send over tractor and a loader normally to help clean up the big stuff and work with the skid to clear the rest of the lots out. This is an inch trigger here, so because of that, we won't start doing any snow removal until an inch has fallen on the ground per the contract. And we do this instead of having pieces on site, because obviously during the day it just doesn't really make sense to have that iron here. And then the rest of the sites up in this area are all so close that we can just road equipment down and easily finish doing all the bigger areas and fine detail work after we have gotten done at other sites. It just works out that way, and we typically will try and get accounts that are all very close to each other in a certain city or town, just so this is easier to do. And if something breaks down or something happens, we can move equipment and resources around much easier. So that's why you see there's 5 different pieces of equipment, or 6 here in this video. We just all got done kind of at the same time and all went over and helped out finish this place up before they open up in the morning. So yeah, if you have any other questions that you have, leave them down in the comments, obviously, and hope you enjoy.